down 44% in 2022. Is Paramount stock a buy for 2023? I'm going to answer that question in this video using a few different metrics, so let's get right into it. First thing I want to look at is revenue growth for the entertainment company, and going back to before 2014, you see relatively flat revenue growth, with some minor spikes and decreases. And in the more recent quarter, you saw 4.6% revenue growth. Of course, the company's been in a major transition recently, ramping up and rolling out its streaming service, which has added millions and millions of new customers. So it's achieving very good growth on the streaming side. However, on the cable channel side, people have been cutting the cord on cable, and it's losing millions of subscribers on that side of the business. So it's in a transitionary phase, which usually I tend to perceive as being more risky, because with its cable business, you knew what the company was going to earn in terms of revenue and profitability. You knew the industry margins. The competition had settled. There was an equilibrium in the industry, which was good for many of the participants. There was a lot of profits being made. And now that consumer behavior has significantly shifted away from watching through a cable connection or a satellite connection and in favor of streaming, now all of the major players are shifting to streaming. You know, you have Disney, HBO Max, Netflix, a Peacock, and you have everybody shifting over there, and it's not certain where the equilibrium will be. Where will the competition settle out? Where will margins be? Where will subscribers be? And so that's inherently more risky when the industry is going through a transition like that. Next, I want to look at Paramount Global's operating income and profitability. And going back over the last 5 years, see the company is profitable. It had a few quarters of over 3 billion. It had one quarter of over $3 billion in profits, but overall profits close to $1 billion and 678 million more recently. And this is solid. The fact that it's been able to continue generating profits even through its significant shift over to a streaming, rolling out its streaming business, because that takes a lot of investment, a lot of spending, a lot of promoting, and so that's going to weigh down its profitability. So even while it's doing that, it's still generating profits. So that's good news for investors. And next, let's look at its cash flow from operations. And you see this is trending downward. It had a quarter of over 2 billion in cash flow from operations, but ever since then this has been trending downward, and negative 265 million in its most recent quarter. Again, this transition towards streaming is going to weigh on its profits and cash flows going forward. But the good news is that the industry is becoming a lot less competitive in since I would say the early parts and the middle parts of 2022. You've heard of many of the participants announce price increases, right? Netflix is raising prices. Disney Plus said it was increasing prices, and so that's all signs that competition is going down when participants are raising prices and they're decreasing marketing spending. That's all good news for all industry participants. And profitability is likely to rise when competition decreases. Finally, let's look at valuation, trading at a forward PE ratio of 15.18. It's about the average PE ratio forward the company has traded at going back to 2021. And of course, this is already accounting for the headwinds in profitability going forward in 2023 as it continues to invest and roll out its streaming network. Overall, to answer the question, is Paramount Global stock a buy for 2023? I'm going to say yes. For long-term investors, Paramount Global stock is a buy for 2023. The company has some excellent intellectual property. It's done a really good job rolling out hit shows like Yellowstone, 1883, 1923, and its partnership with the creator of those shows continues to roll out hit shows that consumers are signing up for to watch on its network. And if it continues that process of rolling out hit shows, which it's reasonable to expect for it to do because it's not a new media company, right? Paramount's been around for decades, so it has the formula for producing hit shows, hit movies, making things that consumers and viewers want to watch. And so it should continue to be able to do that, even though consumers just change the way they're consuming that content. Instead of cable, they're consuming it through streaming. So for all those reasons, I would say Paramount Global is a stock to buy for 2023. All right, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.